About that time, we have to check in with Michele Cummins. It's a Saturday morning, which means it's time for the Cummins Real Estate Group show. Good morning, Michele.
Good morning, Curtis. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. And how are you this fine morning? Are you sitting back with a Christmas coffee, perhaps?
No, I am not. However, that always sounds good.
It's always an option, even if you don't take it.
I can just imagine drinking it and my taste buds can taste it. That's good enough. That's how I lose weight.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to have that memory, right?
That's right. So last week I had some good things happen last week and some not so good, some bad things. But yesterday though, the day before yesterday, it was I had this great experience. I got to be part of a career day for the Mission School District. So I was interviewed in like a Zoom way for classrooms, and they have it out to, they said, about 700 students. So that was a real blast. It was really fun helping to inspire youth and help them understand, that they can do anything that they put their minds to and that they want to, and doesn't matter if they have $0 or not, that they can get to wherever their ideas and dreams take them, as long as they put in the belief and effort and time. That was a lot of fun.
You're molding impressionable minds.
Yeah. Just remembering back, when we were youth. Have you ever done that for being a radio DJ?
I've done like individual projects with some students. I haven't really gone to speak to an entire class or anything like that, but there's been a few kids that have done projects on it over the years for high school or elementary school, and so I've had chats with them and calls with them and things like that. So sort of, but not to the degree you did.
You should do that. I think it would be so fantastic and so rare, like how do you get into that? Nobody knows. It's kind of this unknown, right? And I think that would be so fun.
Yeah, no, I always enjoy talking to students. I have gone back and spoke at BCIT a couple times where I graduated from the radio program, and I have spoke to a couple of their graduating classes here and there, and got them set up for what the industry is like, which is it's just a lot of fun to go back and talk to a bunch of radio people and say, all right, everything the teachers have told you to expect is true. You're not going to make a lot of money. You're going to have to travel. I know you don't want to hear this from me, and I know you kind of write off some of the things the teachers say to you, but guess what? I can tell you from experience, they're bang on.
Exactly. Like, it's hard to believe, but yeah, one of the questions was, what is it like, financially when you get into it, and can you have another job? And I'm all, you want at least 6 months of living expenses saved up. And while you can have another job, really to really grow and set your roots and be great and do a great job and be successful at it, you got to put 100% into it. And you can't do that if you're working another job. So, but it's hard. Yeah. It's financially, you got to be prepared.
Yes, I mean, that's just it. I mean, many, many years ago, I worked with a woman, and she worked with me, and then she was on this commission basis, and her husband was a real estate agent. So there were some months where she said they were eating, filet mignon, and there was other month they were eating hamburger helper because they were both on commission.
Oh, I remember those days when Richard and I were we were the starving artists, like me acting, his musicianship, and we just cared about our art and our dreams, and while we had $7 in the account, and that we're eating, like you said, top ramen and macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, no, macaroni, that's one of the staples in radio that everybody always says when I was asking people before I got into it, I'm like, what do I need to know about getting into radio? They'd say, I hope you like craft dinner. And I've used that line on many people now too, because for the first year, and thankfully Kelly had a pretty good job that helped, but I will admit it right now, and it's been a while, but I started my career making $1,450 a month pay, and that was before taxes.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
I was basically making just above minimum wage at the time. Just above minimum wage to start in radio.
You go school of hard knocks. You get into it, you grind at it, and you just work hard, and you don't look at those dollars in the beginning. You just look at the outcome, your goals.
Exactly.
Focus on the goals.
You got to focus on the goals, and and that's one of the things in any entertainment industry, and you know this from acting, and Richard knows from the music industry. Is same with radio. You got to do it because you love it, and if you do that, eventually you'll be able to live comfortably at least. But there's going to be a few tough years.
Yeah, and that's no April Fool's joke.
No, it's not. That was yesterday.
Okay, so I was going to ask, did anybody do a joke on you, or did you do a joke on somebody else?
No, I like little pranks like year round, as most of my coworkers know. So for me to do something on April Fool's Day just kind of seems, like... it just seems kind of superfluous because I'm going to do it any day. And why do it on a day when you might be expecting it? So I don't pull a lot of April Fool's jokes. Now and then I might pull something small, but nothing happened to me, and I didn't do anything to anybody this year, no.
Aw, I didn't either. I just, I'm not the greatest at jokes, telling them or giving them. Like, no jokes, no fooling around here. All serious.
You are not safe from me 365 days of the year, so there is no such thing as April Fools really in my life.
Somebody, as I mentioned, there are good things that happened last week and bad things, and reflecting on it, one of the bad things, and I want to bring it up because it means so much to me, and she meant so much to me, but someone near and dear to me who was a fellow colleague out of my Remax Little Oak mission office, Barb Patrick, passed away this week, and it was a horrible shock to us. Anybody listening who knew her knows how wonderful and beautiful she was. She was so full of life and full of love, and so young, and positive energy and character and charisma. And April Fool's, she would have played a fool's joke, and it would have been funny. She was such a good realtor, and she really cared about her clients and people, and she enjoyed her job and life, and just now we lost a good one, and I feel, and I know everyone that knows her feels the hole that she's left, leaving so early, but it's hard when, death is part of life, and it's something that does happen to all of us, but it's always hard no matter, but when somebody leaves your life without knowing or no preparation, it's really tough. And our broker manager, Natalie Tarrant, said something beautiful about Barbara. And I wanted to mention what she said. She said, Barb has been a realtor at Remax Little Oak for a very long time and my personal friend. To know Barb, you would have experienced her fabulous sense of humor, cookie pranks, and exceptional professionalism with her clients. If you were lucky enough to have her as a friend, you would have received her immense kindness, cheery thoughtfulness, and never-ending loyalty. My heart is broken, for she was taken far too soon. To you on the other side, Barb, somewhere over the rainbow. That's so beautiful.
It is very, very well said. And, I know my mom used to always say that, she didn't like to say goodbye. She always liked to say, till we meet again.
I like that. That's right. Perspective and hope, right?
Absolutely.
So moving forward, because it's now April 2nd, and that means that 2 days ago marked the end of our first quarter of the year. And I don't know about you, Curtis, but wow, did it fly by.
It did fly by. I can't believe it's already April.
Yeah. Crazy. And I'm planning to review my first quarter as overall in life, in growth, in business, of course. And I'm going to do that this weekend. And in the midst of getting my accountants all that stuff they need. It's a lot of stuff, too. I have a great bookkeeper, an amazing accountant, and I'm pretty organized, but it can be overwhelming when you have a lot going on, and I have a lot going on. And I realize that every time this time of year when I actually have to review everything.
But on the plus side, the weather hasn't been great for you to get out in the motorbike, so you haven't had that distraction.
I've had, you know what, it's been like April Fool's every day on the weather app because I look at the weather and it's always showing rain, but for some reason we've been having really great weather. It doesn't rain when it says it's going to rain, and then it's like it's April fooling me every day.
Yeah, and then it changes its mind. You know, you're going, oh, it's been an okay afternoon, and like 7 o'clock at night the rain starts.
Yeah. So, a positive note. I don't. There's not. It doesn't seem that many weddings when you seem to. In my family, anyways. But I have a lot of family members, but I find someone is actually getting married in my family coming up in a couple weeks, and it's my oldest blood-related nephew, and he grew up as I'm his godmother too, so it's special to me, and I'm super excited. And they're getting married at my beach house in Oregon.
Very nice.
It's going to be beautiful, wonderful memories, and it's going to be great.
That'll make for some absolutely amazing wedding photos, that's for sure.
Yeah, we got to get the drone video for that. I think that would look really great. I'm my realtor there in Yachats. Her husband does drone video for realtors, and so I think I'm going to hire him to do that because I think that would be fantastic.
Very cool. That sounds like that. Yeah, that'll be an amazing time for sure.
Do you have anybody in your family or friends getting married this year?
Well, I have to think ahead here. Are they getting married this year? I know we do some. One of Kelly's coworkers, I think, is getting married. Is it this year or next year? I can't even keep track of it all. All I ever know is when I get asked to MC, because that's one of the occupational hazards of being in radio. I've MC'd about 20 weddings over the last 20 years. And the funny thing is, I don't have a great track record because I don't even think half of those marriages have actually lasted. So I don't think anybody should ask me to MC.
Okay, you're not allowed to market yourself.
No, I don't think I should MC weddings anymore because I have not had a great track record. Although my buddy and his wife, I MC'd their wedding. They've been married for 21 years, so I have a couple that have lasted.
Oh, nice. Okay, a couple quick real estate tips before we go on our commercial break. Okay, so subject, did you, and hopefully anybody who had to claim your vacancy tax actually claimed it by March 31st. We did mention on the radio in the previous episodes, but by March 31st, that had to be claimed. And if you didn't, get on it right away. But beware that the government will charge you anyways, and it'll be months and months before you get your money back. But still claim it if you didn't, because that was due by March 31st. And let everybody know that it's not a good time for short-term real estate investing, such as flipping. As the market is shifting, many people say we're at the height of the market. Now is the time for long-term investing if you have the equity and are able to do so. Maybe take that line of credit out of your primary residence or multiple investments to be able to purchase more long-term purchases rather than the flips, because the day and the age of making good coin flipping may be in the past right now. And so when we come back from our break, we're going to talk about the Remax Unlocking Your Future, the 5-year housing outlook, because they just came out with that. So we're going to talk about that when we come back.
All right, sounds good. And if people want more information about what you do as a realtor and some of your listings, where can they go?
MicheleCummins.ca.
All right, we're back with more right after this.